Pokemon's out.
I did.
Did you see the Pokemon?
No, I
No?
wasn't paying
Okay.
attention.
All right. Well, welcome to
Hello.
episode 4
Episode 4.
of the I'm Poop podcast. I'm Micah. You're Sarah.
I'm Sarah. Hi.
I noticed we haven't been doing that,
Oh, like introducing ourselves?
like introducing
Yeah.
ourselves. So I was like, we should probably do that
Yeah.
just in case.
Fair.
Thank you.
We've had a very eventful morning. We had a lot going on.
Yeah. But to make it more eventful, Pokemon.
Okay, let's do Pokemon first, and then I immediately want to talk about something. Immediately.
Okay.
So we'll do Pokemon first.
I think you're gonna get this one.
Okay.
He's blue.
Okay.
He has webbed feet and
Golduck.
hand. Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. Okay, immediately.
Easy.
Immediately what I wanted to talk about. Last week on episode 3, you had asked me if Pee Wee Herman had run-ins with the law. We filmed that on Sunday. Tatsu's here. We filmed that on Sunday, and then we edit and then upload Friday mornings. Friday night, we both, as in Micah and I, get a text from my mother, and she sends us a screenshot of Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, in 1991 was arrested and charged with indecent exposure. I did not know that.
See, I had a feeling about that because I had read about he had gone to prison, right?
I mean, well,
I think he did.
Well, I'll say this edition. So in 1991, he got charged with indecent exposure, and in 2001, his home was raided for pornographic material of minors.
Yeah.
So he's committed several sex crimes.
Yeah.
I did not know that. To be fair, they all
I don't
happened before I was born.
I don't apologize to Ruben.
No, and I will apologize to you because you were right. And the
That's
only
fine.
reason I defended it is because I didn't know.
You're like Pee Wee Herman.
I was like, what the? No,
Well, it's
surely not.
It's like, wasn't there one of the Teletubbies who was also?
Like one of the people who plays
Yeah, he
in
was.
the Teletubbies?
One of the Teletubbies was also committing crimes like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm no longer gonna say yes or no to the fact.
A lot of the child actors,
Yeah.
such as like Barney, the guy who
Yeah.
played Barney, like people like that, they commit pretty heinous crimes
They're
like that.
around children, or they make sure that they're around children,
And they love it.
and it's horrible.
They love it.
It's horrible. I'm sorry to immediately go into stuff like that, but I wanted to. I wanted, for the record,
Yeah.
to fix my defending of Paul Rubens. It was the funniest part is that my mom texted us, and then last night my dad texted me the same thing. He's like, "No, Paul Rubens was actually arrested." So shout out to my parents.
I wonder if he died in prison or if he was released and then died.
I have no idea. I don't. Hey,
We'll do a whole episode on him.
No, we won't. Shockingly, I don't know anything about Pee Wee Herman.
That's
When
fair.
Pee Wee Be like that.
I don't think I ever watched him, to be honest.
Yeah, all of that was kind of before our time, sort of. I think the closest, I Blue's Clues and things like that. Like that was my time of children's shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I know nothing about Pee Wee Herman. Moving on.
Moving on now.
Just wanted to make sure.
So, I have a little mini game today.
Oh yes. I'm excited.
So basically, you're just gonna tell me if it's based off of real game titles versus fake game titles, video game titles.
Okay, I figured.
And I'm just gonna name off the title, and you're gonna just tell me if it's real or fake.
Okay.
And if it's real, I'll tell you from what year it is and what device it's from.
Okay.
So we'll start off strong. Tongue of the Fat Man.
Tongue of the Fat Man.
Mind you, this is going to be dating all the way back to 77.
Okay, so before I answer these questions, are these like independent titles? Like they're not part of a franchise? They're just a game somebody made? Or are they titles that are added next to franchises that have already been
Most of them are
established?
independent.
Okay.
Like there's one in here that's like an arcade.
Oh, like an arcade title? Okay.
Yeah, so just think of stuff like that.
Okay. Tongue of the Fat Man. Well, if I'm thinking arcade, literally any name could be like Butt Fucker, and that could be like an arcade title.
Yeah.
So who's to say? Tongue of the Fat Man. I'm gonna say that's real.
Okay. It is. It's a 1989 game.
Period.
It's from Commodore 64, DOS, and Mega Drive.
DOS. It's
DOS.
DOS.
Oh.
It's okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
You got that one.
Tongue of the Fat Man.
Yeah.
Do I even want to know what that game was about?
Well, I have an article that does describe a little bit of what it's about.
Okay.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, if you've got it, you got to shoot, because my brain's thinking some things. And
so the premise is, as an alien of your choice, fight your way through bad guys and ultimately face the Fat Man, a hard ass who needs a healthy portion of defeat.
Period. Okay. So, all right, you're an alien who beats up a fat guy. Okay.
Yeah, you're an alien of your choice.
An alien of your choice.
That beats up a fat man.
Why is his tongue involved?
Hey, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's my business. What he
number
does.
2, Half-Life 4.
Okay, that's funny, because you and I both know they don't even have Half-Life 3. Well, okay, wait, hold on. There is Half-Life Alyx, but that was a VR title, but that's not what it was called. That's fake.
Okay, it is fake.
It's fake. Half-Life, there's not even Half-Life 3 unless you can have Half-Life Alyx, which was a VR title. They haven't made a 4th one.
You are correct.
I know things, bitch. I know things,
I
bitch.
threw that in there because I was like, I wonder if I'll test her a little bit.
I do.
Number 3, Spanky's Quest.
Spanky's Quest is real.
Yeah, it is
Spanky's Quest is real.
Super Nintendo 91.
Yep, I've heard of Spanky's Quest.
Number 4, Combat.
Just Combat?
Just Combat.
I'm gonna say that's real. That could be like an arcade.
Atari.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just like a fighting game, like a Tekken or something like that?
Let's see. I don't know the article on that one, but
Atari. Yeah, that makes sense, because I mean, you got like Pong, so
77.
Yeah.
Number 5, Puck Attacks.
Puck.
Puck.
Right. I'm gonna say that's fake, because there's a putt and he's a little car for kids. So I'm gonna say Puck is fake.
You're correct.
I'm so good at this. Go on.
Number 6, Attack of the Mutant Camels. It stumps you a little bit.
That one gave me pause.
They're mutants. I'll pull the article.
Yeah, I mean mutant. You just said to pull up an article. That means it's real. No,
it could be fake.
Oh, okay. Attack of the Mutant Camp. There was like, I want to say in like earlier like arcadey, like even like Commodore games, they loved mutants. Like mutant stuff, like things like that were really popular.
You know what's funny about like a lot of old arcade games is they kind of just didn't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like shit, like just like that says Combat or Tongue of the Fat Man, like things like that. You could call them whatever you want.
I want to see a Combat nowadays.
Yeah.
That'd be such a sick name for a video game.
Yeah, just Combat.
Just like now.
Hard.
Could be of anything.
Attack of the Mutant Camels. I'm gonna say. Damn, I really don't know. I'm gonna say that's fake.
It's real.
Damn it!
I played you.
You did.
And the premise is a bunch of enormous yellow camels are making their way to your base. Since you're fond of your base, you must massacre them from a plane.
Damn. Well, what system?
Was
it an arcade title? Atari. Okay. Yeah, it's sounding like those. I mean, I never play. I don't really know anything about an Atari. The most I would probably know about is Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't grow up on an Atari. I think my dad did.
Either. I don't think we had an Atari, but we got my mama a Super Nintendo because she wanted to play tennis.
See, I have a Super
tennis,
Nintendo
Tetris,
around here somewhere. My dad gave it to me.
Yeah, it's in the closet.
Yeah. Okay, so next one, Ninja Hamsters.
People like ninjas. People like mutants. People definitely like hamsters. But do they like ninja hamsters? I'm going to say that's fake.
That's real.
Damn!
Let me pull it up real quick.
Fuck. I should just assume anything with ninja in the title is probably going to be real.
A hamster, radioactive, of course, with martial arts skills, takes on various opponents in this rodent beat 'em up.
Hell yeah. Oh, so it's like, is it like a side scroller beat 'em up
probably
kind of thing? Kind of like Streets of Rage? That's funny.
That is Commodore 64.
That's
90
awesome.
1987.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really fun. Dude, you remember that movie G-Force?
G-Force? That's what that is. That's what that is.
Literally what popped into
They're
my
just
head.
ninja hamsters.
Instead of guinea pig, they're hamsters.
They adapted that from
Ninja
hamsters. That's what it is.
Well, in G-Force, they were like spies. They were like
yeah, spies are like ninjas in a way.
All right.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so scare simulator.
Scare simulator, dude. No, I'm saying it's fake.
You are correct.
Period.
Mind you, I'm eating bread right now.
He's eating bread.
Just like a
he's
little small loaf of bread.
He's a hungry boy.
I was a little hungry.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's fake.
Nope.
Nothing to say about that.
Nope. That one's not real. Nailed it.
Number 4,
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Baseball Batman.
Ninja Baseball Batman.
Batman, but it's not like together. It's Bat and then
Space Man. Ninja Baseball Batman. Baseball Bat Man. Ninja Baseball Bat
Ninja Baseball
Man.
Bat Space.
I would say yes, solely because ninja in the title.
You are correct.
Yeah, that's dude, those early like arcade titles or even just like early games in general, they love ninjas.
They love ninjas. So it's a scroll and beat 'em up.
Okay.
It's up to you to annihilate enemies by using ninja skills and baseball bats.
You know, those seem to
Those go hand in hand.
conflict with each other because killing someone with like a shuriken or something like that, very quick, very silent. If you have to whack somebody with a baseball bat, you're
in a very ninja-like way.
You're a shitty ninja. All right.
He's like flipping it around.
Yeah.
He like jumps up and then he like he throws the bat up and he jumps up and kicks the bat and it hits the person. Like that's pretty sick.
I'm not saying it's not cool. Just as a ninja, your function should be quiet and discreet. But you have a baseball bat.
Okay, so this is the last one.
Okay.
I do have some honorable mentions after this.
Okay.
This one is Billy the Wizard Rocket Broomstick Racing.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm gonna say this real.
Yep.
Period.
2007. Wii, PC, and
Wii.
PS2.
It was on the Wii.
It was on the Wii.
Let me see. It was on the Wii.
Let me pull it up real quick.
That's crazy. Billy the Wizard.
Read the premise too, because I didn't read it.
Billy the Wizard Rocket Broomstick Racing. Premise exactly as a sound. You're a wizard that races on a fast broomstick. Extraordinary. Where'd you get that idea?
Perfect.
Okay. Period.
You know, we need more games like that.
Just long ass titles.
Not even just long ass title. It tells you exactly what the fuck it is.
That's true. That's true.
So you no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
So honorable mentions. I had Keith Courage and Alpha Zones.
Keith Courage and Alpha Zones.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still guessing?
No, these are all real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was a 1989
Mm-hmm.
on the Turbo Graphics.
Where is it?
Turbo Graphics. It's at the
Oh,
bottom.
Turbo Graphics 16, 1989. Ninja Breadman. I know exactly what Ninja Breadman is.
Do you really?
Yes, I know what that game is. That came out on the Wii. The reason why I know
2007 on the Wii. PC and PlayStation 2 in
it went on
2005.
PC?
Most of these games go to PC.
Well, that's true because the PC can port whatever. No, the reason why I know Ninja Breadman is you don't watch their content, but the Game Grumps has a very famous video of them playing Ninja Breadman, and the reason why it's famous is because
it's funny.
Well, there's one conversation they have in particular where one of the guys, they're Dan and Aaron, one of them, Aaron, is trying to tell the other one, like, hey, when I was like 19, I was in a club with a bunch of my friends. They were called the D Club, and they showed each other their dicks.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool club.
So that's why I know what Ninja Breadman is because when they had that conversation, that's the game they were playing.
That's funny.
So that's why I know what Ninja Breadman is.
That's pretty good. We got Princess Tomato in Salad Kingdom.
That sounds awesome.
That was on the NES, 1988.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, let's go find that.
I would totally
hook up the NES and let's play that.
I would play the shit out of that.
Because that sounds so fun.
It sounds so cute.
Yeah.
It sounds so cute.
This last one, when I read it, I was like, this is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mother Truckers 2.
Big Mother Truckers, yep.
Truck Me Harder. That is so good.
I've heard of Big Mother Truckers. I didn't.
You didn't think it was like that?
Truck Me Harder?
Truck Me Harder.
Damn, what if...
They're like, how close can we get to saying the F word without having to?
And they got it.
They got it. They said mother.
That's the best.
Mother. MUTHA.
Mother Trucker.
Mother.
No.
That was PlayStation 2 and Xbox in 2005.
Yeah, that one's a little bit later. That's Truck Me Harder.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a little bit of an easier game, but I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I know that older games have some crazy ass names.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like with arcade machines, you can call it just about whatever you want. I mean, obviously you have your classics like your what's it called? Mortal Kombat, Tekken, like things like fighting games, but side scrollers, yeah, you can just call them whatever you want.
Like Frogger. Call it Frogger. Mrs. Pac-Man.
Very good. Yes,
Yeah,
very good.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
So now that TikTok was banned and now it's back
now
up,
it's back,
and people deleted it off their phones.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, and I haven't checked it on the App Store today, but as of like Friday, people were selling their phones for tens of thousands of dollars that have TikTok downloaded onto their phone. Yeah,
you're lying.
I'm not lying. They because since it got like I guess banned, and then now they brought it back. Like I said, since Friday, people weren't able to re-download it.
Yeah, because they took it off. It's like the fucking Flappy Bird.
Yeah, it's like Flappy Bird. So people are selling their phones for like tens of thousands of dollars.
That's stupid.
That's so insane.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're selling it, you have everything to gain. If you're buying it, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You can sell that and easily go buy another phone.
Yeah, dude. You could
buy
like 8
phones.
You
would be up like
you could buy like 8 phones.
Still $9,000.
What?
Yeah. You can look it up, but yeah, I saw that.
Will.
And we were talking about it at work, and I was like, "That's insane." They were talking. Some of my coworkers. Some of my coworkers were talking about what they would do with the money, and I'm like, "Go sell your phone then."
Whoa. That's crazy. So, wait, are you saying that they're still selling now, or when the app was permanently banned?
I'm not too sure about now because, like I said, since Friday, this is when I read about it.
Yeah.
And I haven't really kept up with it since then. But I want to say it was like eBay and stuff. People were posting.
Oh my god.
Posting their phones.
Wow.
Because you got to think, if like a creator.
Crazy. Among them is an eBay listing for a device described as a brand new Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max preloaded with TikTok for $50,000 or best offer.
So like imagine you're a creator and you sell it. Or you delete TikTok and you're like, they brought it back. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need to buy one that has TikTok on it because I can't do it anymore.
Well, my thing is, when TikTok went down, I was like, I have no intention of deleting this fucking app.
Yeah.
I have no intention of doing it. A, because I don't care, and B, I wouldn't even think to do it. That was not even my first thought. My first thought was, well, surely it'll come back eventually. And I was right. Because 14 hours later, lo and behold, it was there.
Unless it's in the case of like the Flappy Bird thing where the guy was like, I made enough money. I'm going to shut it down. I don't really want to.
That was a lawsuit, the kind of thing.
Was it really?
Yeah, do you not remember why Flappy Bird went down?
I thought he was just like, hey, I made enough money. I want to shut this down.
No, I allegedly, I mean, granted, I was a kid when the story came out. Allegedly, it was Nintendo. Because the pipes looked like the pipes from Nintendo. So I think it was like a likeness kind of thing. That like you can't use the likeness from one of our games in yours. And it was a lawsuit.
See, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he didn't just take it down.
That makes I'm going to open the door so it doesn't keep creaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, it was what I remember was that it was a lawsuit. I mean, it happened when I was in like 6th grade.
Why couldn't Nintendo just buy it from him? And then everyone just keep Flappy Bird.
Because they don't care about buying it. They didn't care about buying it. They just wanted to make sure that
What a time.
they got their money one way or another.
What a time to be alive. Nice.
Sorry.
We should start rating your burps.
I did while I was editing the last one. I was like, maybe I should have a burp counter.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every episode.
Yeah. Because I have a lot.
So I have a few. My list today is a little bit longer because I know that you didn't really prepare much.
I usually don't.
Yeah.
We talk about something. I go into a tangent and we go from there. So.
Yeah. So I watched Squid Games season 2.
Yeah, you did.
It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, it started off really strong, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I had a lot of mystery going into it. I didn't know what they were going to do.
Yeah.
My thing is bro's got a hero
complex.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to tell them to stop the game. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
dude.
From what I watched in the red light, green light, like, obviously, like, I could tell immediately the second he started telling people, like, hey, you're going to die, like, it's going to shoot you. I knew immediately people weren't going to believe him.
My other thing is...
You could see it coming from a mile away.
You have a person in the game who, right off the bat, says that they've won this before. Kill them.
Period.
Kill
because
them. Because they have an advantage over you.
Yeah, they... Like I said, him being like, I know what's going to happen, that's a little suspicious. Yeah. Which is why people were like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, why
rightfully so.
Yeah.
Now, this is heavy spoilers for it, because if you're going to watch it, and if you're going to watch the next season that comes out, which is the final season,
yeah,
I get that. Skip ahead.
I'll put a timestamp up.
We have timestamps.
When I edit it, I'll put up a thing.
But
I don't care. I haven't seen it, but I don't get
a cool twist that they also added into it, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
In the first one, you meet the creator. He meets the creator of the games.
Right.
In this one, he is friends, like the guy who runs the games puts himself in the games.
Right.
Like in the second or third episode.
That I did see, yeah.
And I was like, that is pretty cool, because then this whole game he plays with them. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's putting on a fake face to him.
Like in the first season too, the old guy.
Yeah. But it's interesting because the guy who's running the games obviously still wants to keep running the games.
Right.
So at some point at the very end of the last episode, he switched sides and he's like, okay, we're going to end this. Like, you're going to go back and you're going to play the game type of thing. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to run the game. But I thought that was interesting because then you're like, okay, you have this guy who runs the game. And there was a point in time where they were playing a game as a group. It was him along with the guy who plays the game with like 3 other people. And the guy who runs the game, he was messing up on his mini game. Like, he was getting nervous. And I was like, what? You know what would be crazy if they actually lost and he's dead? Like, what happens in the games then? I mean, obviously,
are you talking about the main character?
No, the guy who runs the games. The
villain. I would assume.
I was like,
I would assume the same thing happens as in the first one, because the old guy, they took him behind a thing, they fired a gun, he didn't actually die, but everyone assumed that he did. I'm assuming something like that would happen. If
they did that to the group, the whole group, the way that they were setting up to kill the group that doesn't succeed was they just kill him right then and there. Unlike the other one where last season they took everyone away, and then they killed the person.
I still, if that were incorporated into the writing, there's no way.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm interested to see how they're gonna end it, because now, they kind of have like this rebellion in the last episode or two. Okay. And they grab guns and they're like, we're gonna go kill the people who run this thing. Obviously they didn't. And
hi, Toby.
That's when the guy who runs the game switched sides and is like, okay, you're gonna go play the game again. Huh. So now it's like interesting, because now they're entering a never before in the games like this has happened, to where people have revolted against the people who run them. So now it's gonna be interesting, because now it's like, okay, well, now you have to kill him.
Yeah.
You have to kill the main guy.
I mean, I don't know. It's already been written out. They just have to film it, but.
So I think it's already filmed. I think they filmed the second and third season back to back.
Yeah.
So they're just probably polishing it, and then they'll edit it and then release it. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I mean, nothing too crazy like the first season.
Yeah, the first season was absolutely, it was nuts.
It was bonkers. You didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so this season, I'm just like, okay. That's why I like the beginning, first few episodes, because like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
In the first like episode or two, they kill off one of the like the gang bosses, like the boss of the gang. They kill him off, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then he enters the game, and I'm like, okay, well, I kind of know
exactly what's
now
going
I know
on.
what's gonna kind of happen.
Yeah. The only difference is that now he knows, so his approach is different. But other than that,
but he doesn't really know though, because the games they switched it up. So they did the red light, green light.
With the exception of that's the only one that I saw was the red light, green light. I mean, that one was exactly the same premise. Exactly the same.
I mean, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it ends. Obviously. But we did watch Nosferatu.
We sure fucking did.
And wow.
What a crazy ass movie.
It was the pacing. Another major spoilers.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I know, but just saying, we'll have timestamps up for everything.
Okay.
The movie was good. I liked it.
Oh, not saying it was a bad movie. It was a good movie. My only complaint would be the pacing. The pacing was a little strange.
Is what kind of killed me.
It was a little strange.
It was kind of all over the place at some points.
I don't know how much they paid Bill Skarsgård to do all that.
They should have paid him.
It wasn't enough.
No.
I assure you, it was not enough. He did so good.
Like I had told
Bounce
you.
on it.
Like I had told you, if he doesn't win an Oscar in the next 5 to 10 years,
he's so good.
That's gonna be insane.
Because I mean,
him playing it and now Nosferatu.
Yeah, as Pennywise, he was fantastic in those movies.
Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I will say too, what I mentioned about Lily Rose Depp, she did awesome. Her perform. Now I gotta count your burps. She did so good in that movie.
Insane.
She was amazing.
Like I had told you, that one scene where she was going from
back and forth,
back from like she was being possessed, her eyes were rolled back, she was drooling, she was crawling on the ground, to like in a second
immediate cut to where she's like, leave me.
No, don't leave me. I was like,
Holy
that is
crap.
Crazy.
Holy
if
crap.
you ever did that to me, I'm slamming the door, I'm calling the police, and I'm saying, in there, police officer.
Go get her.
Go get her.
I'm not dealing with it.
I love you. I am not dealing with the demon. I am not dealing with that.
No, she did so good. And I told you yesterday too, after the movie, there's a part in the movie, my favorite absolute part, because the transitions in the movie are also really cool.
Amazing.
Like, they kind of remind me of Wes Anderson, because they were just so creative, and the way that they went about it was awesome.
A lot of like fade to blacks, but like in very good ways.
Because the whole movie is kind of, with some exceptions, very little color. It's very monochrome. Like the whole movie is pretty kind of black and white. Very monochrome.
There's like a blue tint over it almost.
Yeah. But I mean, there are some scenes where you can see like the color of their dresses or whatever,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, because the transitions fade in that way, there's one part in the movie where it's Lily Rose Depp and then the family that they're staying with, like the husband and wife that she's staying with, and they're having this conversation like outside at a park. And then it like sweeps over, cuts to black, and then her husband is like laid on down, face down on the fucking floor, passed out. I was like, he looks like Peter Griffin, like that one picture of Peter Griffin.
Like I was
so funny.
I was telling Brayden over the phone. I was like, it's a great movie. It's just there are parts that they don't mean for it to be funny, but me being like us being ourselves, it was really funny. Like there's the part even before that, I think, where they're at the beach.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'm having these blah, blah, blah. And then, like, the couple walks off.
And then it cuts back to her.
And it swings over, it pans over to her because she's freaking out and she's getting, like, fucked by the water or something.
Okay, so they're, like, on this, like, it's not even like a beach. It's kind of like just like a river.
It's kind of like a landing.
Yeah, something like that. But there's water involved. So the couple, which is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and the other lady who's
beautiful man,
gorgeous man, beautiful mustache. And then the lady whose name I'm not familiar with her, but they go off. They have a conversation. Meanwhile, Ellen, aka Lily Rose Depp, is spazzing in the water. So she is on her back. She's spread eagle, shaking in the water.
She's taking the water
She's-
to her. The J. She's like, ah!
She's taken in water. Let's just say that. And it was so funny because I'm like, it's such. One thing is that it was such a tonal switch that, like, for a movie like that was appropriate, but oh my god, it was so fucking funny.
Like, I'm not making fun of. We're not making fun of like the decision to make her like
not
somewhat
at all.
possessed by
No.
Nosferatu, because that's what it was. She was very possessed and
just looked kind of
loved him. And it's just like at parts where she's even at the very beginning of the movie where she's like,
there she's moaning.
and then like
She's
where me
moaning.
and you were like, what the fuck's going on
I was
here?
like, is she getting from
getting
Nosferatu?
dick?
Yeah. Which, who, by the way,
Hung.
hangs dong.
Hangs
He hangs
dong.
dong
Hangs
in the
dong.
movie. Full frontal,
Yeah.
Nosferatu hangs dong.
So
Awesome. Cool to see.
I will say though, if you have, because it is now out, I don't know what streaming it is on, but
Yeah.
you can stream it from home. If you have the chance and you just want to put it on in the background or something,
Watch it with the door closed.
Yeah, yeah.
You should watch it with the door
I would
closed.
say that it is a pretty good movie. I
was
do
good.
see it winning some type of awards,
Yeah.
just because like the writing of it was okay, but like the cinematography
And performances were
and
very
the
good.
performances were just crazy.
Yeah, they were excellent. Willem Dafoe, I
I
loved him in this movie.
I just any movie he does, I love.
He all around great actor, but in this movie specifically, he was sort of
He does
kind
play-
of
he
functioned
plays-
as comic relief in
Yeah,
some way.
and he plays the anti-hero in a way because he knows, like he knows what's gonna happen. It's just
Yeah.
that he is going along with it to see its end, to
Yeah.
make sure it does happen.
He's just like this kooky. He's like kind of kooky. He's like a scientist, but he's kind of more of like an occult
Yeah,
kind of scientist or doctor or whatever. And he functions in that way where he's crazy. People
Yeah.
thinks he's crazy, but he was right. Like that's kind of how he functions. But it was kind of funny at some points how
it
we
was
did
it was pretty good, and we
It was
watched
awesome.
it. We watched it using our gift card to Regal.
VIP.
Holy
damn,
shit,
Damn.
dude.
And you'd be like, wow, why did they pay VIP? We had a gift card.
We had a gift card.
Thanks-
So
thanks to my mom.
technically, only out of pocket was like $13.
Yeah.
which was amazing.
That was cool. That was all.
That was so cool.
Never done that before. Not once.
We will keep doing it as long as we have the money, because
Yeah.
it's expensive, but man, is it worth it.
For
It's
sure.
so cool.
For sure. It's like its own lobby. It had a bouncer. The VIP
Yeah.
section at a movie theater had a fucking bouncer.
Next
was like,
time, I
whoa.
say if we do go later, we get drinks because the
Yeah,
drinks are free.
we
I
went at
think.
11:30. I was
Yeah.
not gonna drink at 11:30.
When we were buying the candy, I looked at the big bottle of Modelo, and I was like, man, that's a big fucking bottle. And I was like, nah, I'm okay.
not at 11:30 in the morning.
Not that big of a bottle.
Although
too.
if we were drunk watching that movie, that would have been awesome.
Holy crap, it would have been so funny.
That
I
would've
think
been an
it's
awesome
when
experience.
me and Justin went and saw I think Spider-Man. There was two guys who were coming up
Mhm.
and sitting almost close to us, and both of the guys, I shit you not, had like 3 cups of beer. And we're like, "Damn." And they're like balancing it as they're walking past.
Yeah.
And I looked to Justin, I was like, "That's how you watch a fucking movie right there.
True.
You come and you have a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it is."
Yep. But I mean, I had a good time. Sober. I had a good time sober.
Yeah.
That, again, I will say, good movie.
Great
Really
movie.
strange. If I were, I would not bring
I-
my grandma into that movie.
Yeah,
I'll tell
I
you
will
what,
say
though.
it's not for everyone.
No.
It is definitely not for everyone. I just love weird movies, weird, cool movies.
Yeah, and that was a weird, cool movie.
And that was a weird, cool, scary movie.
It was. It wasn't even that scary.
No, it was
I
just a
did, I did
jumps.
jump because in like the almost very beginning, like first scene of the movie, she's
Oh,
like,
yeah, and he like chokes her.
yeah, it's when like she's reaching out. She's like, any spirit at all, come to me or
Yeah.
come for me or whatever. And then it shows his face, and there's immediate like rah, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. And
Yeah.
then after that, there was almost like none of that.
I'm just not immune to jump scares, unfortunately.
Me
So like
neither.
when it happens, I jump and I'm
Me
like,
too.
damn it.
I,
Like
was like, Damn,
I
I look like a.
Yeah, I was like,
I look like a.
so yeah. I thought good movie.
I felt like a weenie. I felt like a weenie.
Weenie Hut Junior.
Yeah. No, the performances all around. Yeah, what a great movie. It was awesome. It was a good time.
It was a good
Again,
time.
I would not. There was full frontal nudity from A, Nosferatu, and B, another character. There was like a virgin sacrifice scene.
Virgin sacrifice,
and
then
she was naked on a horse.
What was her name?
Who?
Depp's.
The friend.
No, the is it Ellen?
Ellen is Lily Rose Depp.
She's naked in it too.
Oh, she gets naked.
Yeah, there's tits.
You see some boob, and then her friend as well. When she's like, rah, she kind of
getting eaten by the rats.
She tears her shirt off a little, and you can see some boob.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Like I said, I'm not.
It's a rated R movie, so I mean, you kind of expect that stuff.
Yeah.
No, but it's pretty good. I mean, like I said, like I don't understand how the husband's gonna live after everything.
Yeah.
I would just, if he doesn't kill himself, like I said, I would go back to the castle and I'd make that castle my bitch.
That's my castle.
That's my castle.
Yeah.
I killed Nosferatu.
Yeah.
That's what I'd go back saying.
Yeah.
And then I'd make every villager scared of me. But yeah, good movie. I don't know what our next movie we'll go watch is, but we'll see.
Yeah. What you got?
What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, I give it like a 7 or 8.
Okay.
It was like I said, it was a good movie. I agree with you. There were some times where it was a little slow, but I think cinematography and performances make up for a lot.
Yeah,
like
I'd say like a 7.5 for me. I think in that realm was pretty good.
It was, yeah. Like I said, stylistically awesome. There are some shots, like even in the beginning, where it like pans out to her like walking on some road, and there's this big mansion behind her, and the moon and the cloud. It was awesome. It looked amazing.
Or the part where the husband's walking down that
like a road with the carriage.
That
was awesome.
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Stylistically, movie's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's
So 7. Would you say 7, 8?
I said 7 or 8. So
7.5 for me. My next thing to talk about would be Xbox had their like developer day or whatever. So they talked about some video games that are coming out.
Oh, okay.
Only 2 that I really wanted to talk about. Okay. One was Doom Dark Ages, which is just Doom, but it's medieval shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Like you can, and
That's awesome.
I watched a little bit of it, and you
No
can like
way.
you could get in your own like mech and fight like big demons. And then you have your own like dragon too that you can fly around in, and you can upgrade both of them.
That's
like, it's
tits, dude.
It's insane. It's so cool.
That's so funny too. Whenever I think of like Doom and like even the original one, or even like spin-offs, the one that came out in 2020, I can't remember. It's such a I'm talking right now.
I know, I'm just handing it over to you.
Is like if you were to ask like an 11-year-old, they're like, so I want you to write a story for me. And I want you to just do whatever you want to do. I'm going to give you full reign. You write me a story. They would write Doom.
And they would write Doom the movie with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's what they wrote.
Yeah, probably. No, it's so funny because it's such like a dude, stereotypical dude. Like, oh yeah, so we fight aliens, and I have a really big gun, and I kill aliens, and
so that was
everything's on fire, and I have more guns. Like that's just kind of what it sounds like.
But this time you have guns and big swords
and a dragon
and a mech,
which sounds cool,
and probably a shield too. It just sounds it fucks, dude. It just fucks. The other one was I am gonna butcher that last one, but it's Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden.
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
4. I had never played them before.
Yeah,
my cousin did.
Yeah, so Ninja Gaiden is also one of those arcade titles.
Old, yeah.
I think it was considered one of the hardest arcade titles of all time.
Yeah.
Super difficult, like up there. Shoot. I went to Chrono Trigger, but that's not the game I'm thinking of. But anyway, Ninja Gaiden was one of the harder arcade titles.
Yeah, so they're coming out with a 4th one.
Yeah.
I had never played the other 3.
Yeah, so there was
I think what console was the last one it came out on?
I don't know.
It's been a while.
I think it was the Wii. Because I know there was one that
was it the 360?
Maybe. Well, those were more or less at the same time. But there was one, I believe, on the Wii that was like a 3D style game. So if that's true, that
Ninja Gaiden 3 was 360.
Yeah, so
That's
it's been
insane.
a while. It's been a long time.
2012.
I love how you say that. You say 2012 instead of 2012.
Oh, 2012. Sorry.
You keep doing that.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, 2012. That's crazy.
Yep.
I wonder what made them be like, you know what? We're going to make a fourth one and it's going to be crazy.
I don't know, man. A lot of it, I think, is nostalgia. If I'm being honest with you. People do that all the time. I think Ninja Gaiden is no exception.
Yeah, that's fair. Another thing I had read, there is a Santa Claus horror anime that is coming from the studio behind Dan.
Okay. What's it called?
I don't know. I had just saw that headline and I was like, this is something cool to talk about because first of all, Dan is amazing.
Yeah, love it. But if it's goofy like Dan and it's,
I bet it would be. It's the
if
studio
it's a
behind them.
Santa horror anime. Hold on. Sanda. Is that what it's called?
Sanda. I don't know.
What it's
called. I just know it's a Santa Claus horror anime.
That's really funny.
That's why I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yep. It's Science Sadu has released a trailer for a new action anime series titled Sanda that centers on Santa Claus who embarks on a mission to deliver justice instead of presents.
Damn. Hell yeah.
Yep. Let me see. That's I'm sorry. That's so funny.
It is pretty cool.
That's so funny. And it's just like, why?
Why not?
Why? It kind of reminds me of, it's like if they actually took the Red One movie concept
and made it into
actually Santa.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. Thinking back on it, I kind of loved that movie.
Okay, yeah. So
I kind of loved it.
When I read about it and I was like, I really don't want to like this movie. I went and I told my manager about it and she came back and she was like, Micah, I didn't want to like it either and I ended up liking it. And it's the same thing with me. Like the only thing is the final boss fight, it falls flat.
It does.
It falls very flat.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, okay, whatever. We're just going to talk about the ending of this movie too.
I mean, none of it.
It's Red One on Netflix starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And Chris Evans.
I bring up Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because he's been in a lot of strange movies.
A lot of shitters.
Yeah, he's been in some crappers recently, but it's okay. But I don't know. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. The writing was pretty good. It was pretty funny. Like the VFX was pretty good.
Yeah. For a Netflix movie?
The pacing of it was pretty good.
Not that bad. Nick Kroll was in it.
Nick Kroll was in it. He was pretty hilarious.
He spread it open.
Oh,
at
yeah.
one point. He was dodging like an attack or whatever. He spread it open.
Yeah,
I thought that was quite funny. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
I thought it was going to be way worse.
I was hoping it would be way worse.
Like Santa gets kidnapped and then he has like this whole government organization trying to find him.
Not even just government organization. He has a whole country basically.
Yeah.
Like he's the president. And
it was dope.
Yeah, like it's
dope.
insane. It's cool.
Do I think it's the best Christmas movie?
Absolutely not. No. There are far more better Christmas movies.
But it has its charm.
The Grinch.
It has its charm, though.
It does.
I will say that.
It does. I wouldn't be surprised if in 2 years they make a second one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is cool. It's cool.
Yeah. I asked you yesterday before we were going to watch Nosferatu, and I don't remember your answer, but what was the worst movie you'd ever seen?
I had thought about that. And
okay, if you can't think of that, what's the best movie you've ever seen?
The best movie I've ever seen? Yeah. Like my number one favorite movie of all time?
Yeah, I would say number one.
It's going to be Django.
Yeah, you do love Django.
I love Django so much. The writing in it's amazing. Now, they do throw the N-word around like it's like they just don't care.
You know why?
But it is that
because the director
it's
is
that
who
time.
He is.
It's the director, but it's so good. The character development, the action. It's so good. It's so good.
I have my worst movie answer.
What's that?
Probably the worst movie I've ever seen. And you're thinking, wow, you're not the target demographic for that movie. Don't care. I still saw it. The Lego Batman movie.
What?
I didn't like
Are you
it.
kidding me? That is, I will say, that is arguably the best Batman ever.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You are going to get shot in the street if you say that.
No, I will not. Because you know why? There are people who absolutely love Batman and say that Batman, that Lego Batman specifically, is the best Batman.
Here's why I say this. Give me a minute. Let me defend myself.
Go for it.
So
it doesn't matter what you say.
I will say there are some obviously funny parts in the movie because it's like for kids, and it was
for me.
Yeah. But no, okay, so the reason why is, so when I saw this movie, I was in 8th grade. And I went with my church youth group at the time. And because it's a church youth group, there's not a lot of movies you can see that are like rated G. Like no swearing, has to be, friendly because it's a church group. So obviously it has to whatever. So actually my brother Curtis, he was the youth leader at the time. So he paid for the tickets. We got those fancy ass recliner seats.
Heck yeah.
Like 12 of us went. So Lego Batman at the time was the only one we could see. And I fell asleep. That movie was so boring to me.
You fell asleep?
It was so boring to me. I fell asleep. That's the first and only time I've ever fallen asleep in a movie theater was the Lego Batman movie. And it's because, I will say partly because I was a teenager and I was cynical. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. But
that's fair.
It sticks with me. And I was like, I hate this movie.
We'll revisit it.
Yeah, I'm open to that.
Because I was in the same boat. I was hearing from people on YouTube and like Twitter and stuff of people like talking about like Lego Batman is like compared to all the other Batmans like adaptations of it. Lego Batman is like top 5 for a lot of people.
Yeah,
so I was like, I don't understand this. Like I don't get it. It's a kids movie. I watched it. Holy shit, dude! I was like, this is so fucking funny, and it's good. It's good.
The only reason I say that is because I fell asleep because I was
That's fair.
I was so bored because I was 14 and I was like, this is for kids. I'm not a kid. So it could just be my 14-year-old mind sticking around.
So I will have an answer for you on. I have 2
your worst movie? Yeah,
of worst movies. One of them is the Uncharted movie.
Okay. That was
I don't even think I finished it.
Pretty bad.
I watched about maybe 15, 25 minutes into it, and I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Fair.
And my other choice of it is also a video game, Tomb Raider.
You didn't? Oh, the new one, or just the original one?
The newer one.
The newer one, yeah.
I went and watched with one of my friends back in.
I can't remember when it came out.
When it came out,
the early 2020s.
Yeah, we went and watched it in theater, and I fell asleep at it.
Yeah. I know. I was gonna say because I'm like the Angelina Jolie ones. I think
those
ones were good.
Those ones were good.
I remember liking those, and they made quite a few.
Yeah, but
I remember liking those.
The newer ones, I went into it, and I remember I had just started playing the game. I think I had never finished the game, but I had just started playing it, and I started watching the movie, and I was like, "This is just a video game. This plays out exactly like the video game."
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, at some points, I started falling asleep, and so then I would try to like force myself to stay awake, and then at some point I had woken up and I had seen what it's at, and I'm like, wait, this is still just a video game. And then I was like, whatever, and then I went back to sleep. And my friend was like, dude, I was like, because I asked him, I was like, how was the movie? And he was like, well, you were asleep the whole time. And I was like, yeah.
That's why I asked you, how was the movie?
I was like, I feel bad. And he's like, don't be, it wasn't good. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. But
that's funny.
Like my thing is, that's not the first movie I'd fallen asleep to. The other movie I'd fallen asleep to was Joker.
Oh, with Joaquin Phoenix?
And that was only because it was like a day or two after I came back from Mozambique.
Oh.
So I was super jet lagged.
Yeah.
My friends were like, let's go watch this. I remember walking into the theater, and it got to the point to where he was dancing after he had killed those people. And I was like, dude, what am I? And I was just like, I started like, I fell asleep for like 5 minutes and woke up, and I was like, I'm not falling asleep again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tomb Raider and Uncharted, because I'm just like, there's probably some older movies that I could watch and be like, those ones.
Yeah.
But
I will say in theaters, I think of the ones I've seen in theaters, Lego Batman was the worst. The best will probably come recently. Late Night Talks with the Devil. I
that one's
love
good.
that movie.
That one's
That
really
movie
good.
was so good. I was so excited for that movie. I'm so glad we went and we saw it. Of the movies we saw in 2024, that was the best one. I love that movie. Maxine was also awesome. I will say, Maxine, I have not been that shocked while watching a movie in a long time.
Maxine was great.
You know what I'm referring to, though? When she whips out she has, this guy comes up with a gun to her head.
Spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler, but in Maxine, there is a scene where this guy tries to attack her. She turns it around on him. He's face down with his pants off.
He was butt-ass naked.
Butt-ass naked. She steps on his balls with her heels.
And crushes it.
I have not been that shocked in a movie in so long.
I had never seen balls being crushed on the big screen ever.
That was the most insane thing I've ever seen, probably in my life, from a movie.
We went and saw that with Quentin and his brother, and I just remember like turning to Quentin and being like, "Oh!"
I was like, "Whoa!" But Maxine obviously was a great movie.
Yeah.
It was just that scene in particular. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's fair.
Probably I would say one of my favorite movies of all time is The Breakfast Club. I love The Breakfast Club.
That is still one movie I've not seen yet.
We should. The Breakfast Club, it's not one of those movies where...
Kill me. People are going to be like, oh my god, he hasn't seen it.
No, it's okay. The only reason I watched it is because my mom was like, oh, I love that movie. And she would quote it to me all the time. And
you're like,
okay.
okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Then I watched the movie. I was like, oh, this movie rules. And I especially saw it when I was like a teenager. And that movie is kind of like an all ages kind of movie, and you'll understand it. But it's one of those like classic movies for a reason. Like it's a great movie. I'm assuming you know the premise.
I know the premise of it.
They're in detention. A bunch of kids in detention. Basically, they all just kind of become friends in one way or another. It's hard to describe. I also haven't seen it in a while, but no, it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Let me see. I don't watch a lot of movies, so now I'm trying to pull from movies, and that's why I pulled Lego Batman out of my ass. Because I was like,
I'm rethinking because I've also seen the original Mortal Kombat movies.
Okay.
And those
I'm assuming that was not good.
Those are bad too. But it's funny too because those were the good bad.
Yeah.
I had one of them on DVD because I was just like it was like comfort to me to watch it because I was like it's bad but like it's also kind of fun too.
Yeah, my favorite bad movie is apparently Cars 2. Apparently nobody loves Cars 2. I love that movie. It's so good.
Okay, well, you don't need to get heated about it. It's okay.
It's so good. I'm not going to lie. I got kind of butthurt when you were like, yeah, you and 3 other people. I'm like, it's a good movie.
Listen.
I love that movie.
That's just... Toby's getting
in the cabinet. He's freaking out.
That's just because I remember watching it as a kid. I only watched it like twice. And I was just like, what's going on? I remember because when I was watching it, I was like, I want to see the racing. What's the freaking racing? And there was like no racing. I was like, what the flick?
Honestly, that is a good point. The main plot is like the spy aspect of it.
Yeah, and so that's why me as a kid, I'm like,
it's less
freaking cars is about freaking racing, and we're over here with spies and freaking.
This is freaking spy call.
And I want to see more freaking racing.
That's fair. That's fair. But I loved it. There was another movie that I watched a lot. It's because we had it on DVD. This was the time where we didn't really have streaming services. I mean, we did, but it wasn't quite as normal as it is now. Where it was on DVD. It was this movie called Meet Dave. Have you ever heard of this?
Meet Dave.
Meet Dave. So
Meet Dave, like MEET?
MEET. So, like to, shake hands with someone.
Yeah. Meet Dave.
I can't remember when it came. 2008. And it was starring Eddie Murphy.
Oh, what the heck?
So, what this movie was.
Oh, he has like little people inside of him?
Okay. No. So what this movie is they are basically aliens, and they drop down on Earth, but in order to assimilate into Earth, basically they concoct this giant robot, basically, of a man named Dave, and it's Eddie Murphy. And basically, he's being controlled by a bunch of tiny alien people who kind of look like him, I think. I can't remember if all of the aliens inside look like him or if they're all different people or whatever. But these all tiny aliens all move this man, the robot man, Dave, and they try to get him out into society. And obviously, it's fucking stupid, but it one of those movies that just stuck with me.
It's just a funny little
So
funny
basically,
little movie.
it's like these hundreds of aliens. They're all like in his body. They make him talk, whatever, and he's just Dave. And then I think they try to get him a girlfriend at one point. Crazy ass movie, crazy, but had it on DVD.
Had it on DVD. There's a few crazy movies that I had on DVD.
That was another movie that I had brushed on it last week, where I would put it on like at night in the DVD player, and my parents would get mad at me. There was one time
Why would they get mad at you?
Because I would play it late at night.
Oh, okay.
And so there was one time where I was watching it to go to sleep, and my other brother came in from his room, came in to turn it off, and then told on me to my face.
What the heck? Like, dude, you solved it already.
It was my brother Ryan. He came in, he heard it, he turned it off, and then he went to go tell my dad and
That's so
stepmom.
funny.
And was like, "Hey, she's playing movies again."
Oh my gosh. Ryan's a snitch.
He was a little bit, yeah, but he was funny. Looking back at it, it was really funny.
It's funny, but damn, Ryan, had to do her like that.
Yeah.
My last thing to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We have. I'm actually surprised we were able to get through all of this. Is Costco decided to switch from Pepsi back to Coke.
Oh, like in the food court?
Yeah, in the food court.
Wait, no, it's been Pepsi for like ever.
It's been Pepsi since 2013.
Yo, why?
Yep. I don't know. They just made a decision to switch it back to Coke.
It's like,
and it caused some members to be a little upset. Well, so it caused some members.
I hate Americans,
back in 2013 when they switched, it caused members to be a little upset.
Of course.
And so now that
people have their
back,
allegiances,
like
people have their preferences.
Damn, that was a good one.
Sorry.
Holy.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was gonna say. I burped.
You burped and it went all the way.
Yeah.
No, but I just thought reading that, I was like, that's so funny. Because me, I don't care.
I'm thinking, is it cheaper? Like,
probably.
Is Coke now cheaper than Pepsi?
I don't know. They probably signed a new deal with them to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of because Pepsi is smaller than Coke by a very large, significant amount.
Well, PepsiCo, as a company, though,
is still very significantly smaller than
really.
Coke. Yeah.
Huh.
Coke has been leading the industry forever.
Yeah, that I knew. Change.
But
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
But I think Dr. Pepper is a PepsiCo product. If I'm wrong, I think they are, and that's why I like Pepsi.
Whoa, this is so.
It's so weird.
The fact that this even made headlines should not have mattered.
It's so funny.
I think part of it is too is Americans fucking love Costco. So when shit happens to Costco, they're like, "What?
My Coke, my Pepsi."
This summer we were converting our food court fountain business back over to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't.
The change reverses a move from 2013 when the Warehouse Club pulled Coke products in favor of Pepsi at its food court. So that was in 2013 when they changed it.
When they changed it. And since then, they've had Pepsi.
Oh, you're not going to be able to please everybody. Then VP of Food Services Alan Bupitz told BevNet, "It's our job to preserve the integrity of the price point." So that's probably what I thought, because I know like the CEO, the president of the company or whatever is like, the stuff needs to stay at this price, like the $1.50. It has to stay there.
And
so
it's probably they can do that with Coke,
right? And so that's probably why they changed. Is probably
people are gonna be sniffing up their nose and everything.
Hey, don't touch the chicken bake, otherwise the Costco guys are gonna absolutely, like January 6th, storm up.
No,
Costco.
I think it was the hamburger, or not the hamburger, but the hot dog.
The hot dog.
When people were like, if you change the price of the hot dog, we're rioting.
Yeah.
Because it's $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with them.
It was Costco or Arizona, but one of because Arizona's notoriously have been 99 cents?
Yeah.
Forever.
And they are not changing
So it's Arizona or it's Costco because it's $1.50. I can't remember which one said, but the CEO was like, if you change the cost of XYZ, I will fucking kill you.
It might have been either or.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know the CEO of Costco had said at some point, he's like, I am never changing the cost of the hot dog.
Yeah.
And same thing with the Arizona, is he's just like, it will forever be 99 cents.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know what? Good for you. Good for you. Because that's really cool.
It was Costco.
It was Costco?
The founder of Costco told a CEO who wanted to raise... Oh, it was the founder of Costco. Told the current CEO, or at the time, who wanted to raise the prices of hot dogs. If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out.
That is so funny, dude. That is so funny.
That's funny.
I love that. I love that so much. It's probably because he knew. He was like, I know there's ways for you to keep it this price. He's like, you're just being too lazy about it. Figure it out. Like, that's so funny.
Yeah. That's one thing I can appreciate about that is, if inflation be damned, that's never going to change. And then same thing with the Arizona guy, the founder of Arizona. Like, I saw, not an interview, but they just did like a quick video about him. And he was like, there's a reason it stays this way. It stays this price. We want it to be accessible for everyone. And I'm like, so that's what happens when nice people start company to be nice.
Start companies that are very well liked and well received.
And especially for the benefit of others and not just themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to... There are some things I could say about recent events that I would like to share, but I won't because it's quite political. But it's super sucks.
It's greed. A lot of it's greedy.
It's rampant, and I'm so sick of it.
It's upsetting and it sucks, and
the fact that there's nothing I can do about it makes me even more upset because I just have to sit and watch it happen. There's nothing I can do.
We can wave and smile at the nuclear bombs landing.
It sucks. Again, I'm gonna dial back on the liberal. Sorry. Anyway.
Dear Lordy. Get it all out.
Okay, fine. I
will.
will.
I'm kidding. No.
I was prepared.
That's all I had. The last two things I had, you had already addressed.
What? What were they?
What's his face being arrested?
Who? Oh, Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman being arrested.
Yeah.
Those were the last two things that I was gonna talk about.
Which, we are now becoming, as of this morning, very acclimated. So I don't want to say much, but so this morning at around 7-ish or so, I'm a lighter sleeper than you. I woke up to somebody yelling outside of our apartment, and what the yelling was get down, don't move. And a couple seconds later, gunshots followed. As you can probably tell, we don't live in the nicest neighborhood. But there was a police altercation right outside our apartment. We walked out this morning to go see what was going on. There was police tape. Like, my car was all blocked off. We couldn't get to the mail. We couldn't get to the dumpster.
Europe.
Everything was blocked off. And there were 800 cop cars on the block.
Okay, there was like 14.
That's still a lot of cop cars.
There were
a lot of cop cars. And I don't know why, but there were two people, and they got involved with police.
We'll find out why.
But that's how we woke up this morning.
Yeah.
It was super cool, and I loved every minute of it.
I called my mom, and she was like, "You guys are looking for a new place, right?" And I was like, "We can't look for a new place."
I hate to say this to you, Christy. In this economy, it's not happening.
No.
It's not happening. And and I think I'm not anticipating catching a stray bullet on the second floor in my bed. So I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now.
I mean, not about the stray bullet.
No.
We won't
I'm
see
pretty
about
confident that we're
no.
fine.
We'll be okay with that. Plus, it's not like we live in a horrible place.
No, it's just it happens.
A few bad apples ruins the bunch.
And the bunch is the neighborhood. Because it's happened before. Because I would say like once a month, not our apartment complex, but the one down the street, at least once a month, they have 2 or 3 cop cars there.
I watched a raid on these like condos right over here.
Yeah, it happened. Something about our street. People that live here just get in trouble with the law. They just
love it.
A lot.
They love the law.
That or cops circulate a lot and they find more. Either one. Yeah. It's just, I cop cars all the time. So it's super awesome. It's super cool. Makes me feel so safe.
It's a fun place. It's a fun world that we live in right now.
Yeah. But,
But, you know,
it is what it is.
if, I'm pooped, you're pooped.
Mm-hmm. I need to eat.
I need to eat too. That bread didn't do it for me.
Nope. Well,
But
thank you for joining.
yes,
It's been a
like,
gas.
subscribe, comment, share.
Take a poo.
Take a poo.
That's been our advice on our closing statements is take a poo.
Go take a poo.
Go take the poo. If you're holding it in, if you're listening while you're taking a poo, even better. We encourage you to listen to this on the toilet.
We encourage you to go take a poo.
And listen to us while you do.
Yes.
I think that'd be special. If we're all there with you while you're vulnerable.
On the toilet, taking a poo.
Taking a shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Go take a poo.
Go. We can't because last week
go take a poo.
Editing sucked because at the end of last week we kept saying shit at the end and it's just like blocks of editing. So.
Take a poo.
Go take a poo. Go do it.
I'm pooped.
I'm pooped and I'm so proud of you for taking a poo.
For taking a poo.